How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we're going to be taking a look at some Pokemon news and stuff that showed up on the recent agenda. So let's get right into it, kicking off from right here. So first things first, guys, we have a update coming. Survey update. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet version 1.2 is set to launch in late February and features bug fixes and added functionality. That means that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting ourselves a update that's probably going to fix some stuff that, is supposed to be there. The added functionality could really be anything. It could go in a lot of different directions. That could be maybe the home compatibility. Don't think that's going to be the case, though. But it does mean, though, that we're going to get some stuff fixed and some bugs to be, kind of hashed out and sorted out. They're probably going to be dealing with a lot of, the exploits that are in the game, which have already been solved to some extent, I guess. But they're also going to be mostly, I think, based off of this, they're going to be dealing just with, bugs and stuff for the most part. Now, the functionality, what that's going to be, I don't know if that's going to be Pokemon Home. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, this was announced earlier today, just a few minutes ago, actually, from me recording this. This was announced as a thing. So I thought we would just mention it and bring it up. And just see what it's all about. Next up, though, we have a piece of information coming to us from Kurt Cathodics, who said that Ultra Beasts are no longer classified as sub-legendaries by the games. We know that they are common in another world. Could this be an indication of what may come in the DLC? And then you can see that the list here says they were never truly legendaries, and now it's official. So if you look right here, you'll see that Ultra Beasts are no longer classified, and then you have a full sub-legends list for those curious about the restriction category. So basically, interestingly, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Shiinotic is considered a mythical and Marshadow is not. This error is probably due to the similarities of the Japanese names and the internal species names Mashido and Masayado. So that's besides the point. What this really means, though, is this could be an indication for what we can expect for Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet DLC. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out as we go. Nonetheless, we move on to the next thing, which is right here. Another mystery is Salvatore. I know he's about languages, but as an Italian, his name stands out. Salvatore. Savior is in an Italian name, Generation 10. Winky winky. But in another language, it's more like Sage. Then he primarily speaks French. Why then does he give you a Galarian Meowth, which is British, which is a very weird combination of stuff, and yeah, it's just this weird situation of a bunch of these teachers, they feel like they have a meaning beyond what we see in the games right now. It feels like there's going to be more about them later on, which is really strange. Again, it is really odd, because he also kind of makes a reference down here. Then he has a mini obsession with Pikachu and Pika clones, Japan, and then he has an Alolan Raichu pin, Hawaii. Basically, I think he's a world traveler or an enigma. His Italian name bothers me so much, though, when he speaks so much French. Most likely, they just mix these things up. And then there's also a previous character, which you guys remember, which is many Scarlet Violet teachers are interesting and kind of mysterious. If it wasn't for that, the strange Articuno necklace, I'd say Rayford wasn't 100% from Alola, but maybe she's just a collector. What do you think? Maybe there's an unseen connection, thanks to El Chico for the picture. And yes, the necklace is a bit strange, not gonna lie. But yeah, I didn't notice this, but it kind of adds up really nice. Also, her jewelry is of legendary Pokemon. Yes, mythicals are still kind of legendary, so that may have a part to play as well. But it's probably all just a reference to her connection to treasures of Ruin and the legendary stories. Which again, don't really know if that's the case here. Is she from Alola? I don't know. But either way. Moving on to the next thing. This was already what happened today. So this is something that we covered on a live stream earlier today. If you guys haven't seen that, you guys can find it on this video. But basically, Pokemon did a commemorative video, like a celebration video, where they showed off all the 1008 new Pokemon. That's all there is in the video. There's nothing too crazy in there. It's just, again, nothing major. It's just basically a little video to celebrate 1008 Pokemon officially. However, if you want official news, brand new information, that's coming next month in February. At the end of February is Pokemon Day. I think on the 27th is Pokemon Day. And on Pokemon Day is when we get ourselves new information. So please remember, okay? Keep in mind, we're not going to get anything major this month. Nothing major was in this. If you want big information, big news about DLC and stuff like that, next month, okay? End of next month is when we're going to get that. So you're going to have to wait a little bit longer until then. But for now, this is what we have to work with. Anyway, another thing about the teachers. So I was just chilling in my art class when Mr. Hassel just randomly said this. The topic of that lesson was Terrastall. Is there any way that Jacques may have some kind of connection to the third legendary? So basically, he says here, this is a bit of a tangent, but Mr. Jacques' glasses are also hexagonal, aren't they? And if you actually look over here, his glasses are hexagonal, which is very interesting. And yeah, I agree. This is a bit sketchy. The obvious thing is that Jack was part of the Professor and Clavel's team that discovered a bunch of Area Zero and Terrastall things, but the other crazy theory about him are just so much more fun. Also, Hassel's cheekily hints to hexagonal again in the midterm exams. So yeah, shape of our most snowflakes classified as square hexagonal octagon. So yeah, again, interesting, very weird connection right there. Next thing is from Samir. Now Samir, shout out to him. He is a person who does theories, one of my friends, and he's come out with this theory right here. Theory time, shout out to Soaring Sunset. The common pattern that I find here is that at least one of the lines exposed at the left is in each row is a branch evolution or has a special gimmick to it. Sawsbuck and the season system, and Pyro and Lycanroc and Toxicity and the branch emotes. So watch out for Generation 10 hints in Scarlet and Violet. You guys may remember, in Generation 6, in Generation 5, they introduced a deer and an eagle. The next generation's legendaries were based on those. Generation 6 introduced a lion and a bat. The next gen's mascots are for the whole game, the legendaries, of course, Soaring and Lunala. Generation 7, the twin dogs. Guess what? Next generation, the mascots are the twin dogs. In Generation 8, we had the two bipedal lizards. Next generations, we got bipedal lizard legendaries. So again, there's obviously connection there, but with this in mind, the only two Pokemon with these features in Gen 9 are the Charcadet line and the Golden Go line. So both are humanoids. So basically, Charcadet, like, kind of a humanoid-looking design, because we had, like, we had, what is it, Armorogue, and we had the other one, which I always forget the name for, because I played Scarlet, but, yeah, I always forget the name of it, but either way, it doesn't matter. So, basically, those two could be hints. Like, Charcadet's evolutions could be a hint towards the next legendaries. Definitely, I think it's a high possibility, and we should keep that in mind, like, 100% keep that in mind. Either way, moving on to the final thing, which is from Samir as well. Yeah, probably nothing more than a mere coincidence, pero ECC, but if it is. So basically, Pokemon Masters EX, which is the mobile game, they're having a event where you can get 3,000 gems and a 5-star Kalos Scout ticket from the Kalos Villain Social Round. So basically, it's a Kalos event, which is interesting. And yeah, I don't know. Let's have some fun. I want to hear some of your points of view here. Corrections to the translation, but what if it is? Okay, people, let's have some fun and laughs. Let the Kalos confirm tag go wild. So again, I don't really know if that's the case here. I don't really know if this has anything to do with it. The fact that they're doing events, though, is interesting, because sometimes they do, actually. This is something I will point out. Sometimes when they do these, like, events in Masters EX, it can have a connection to the actual stuff. Sometimes they do it. They really do. They've done it through Pokemon Go. They've done it through other means. It is possible. But in this case, I don't think it's anything major. I don't think it's anything important. I don't think it's going to bring us anything that we haven't already seen. It's just, I'm not expecting anything major from this right here. So again, you guys' thoughts and opinions would just be appreciated. I think we've gone through everything important that we had to go through. I don't think we've really missed anything. I think, yeah, this most important thing is probably this patch coming. Patch 1.2. It's probably the biggest and most important thing that you have to, like, think about or worry about or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be that, though, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. That's it for today. If anything new pops up, I will make a video on it. I'll also be making some more Scarlet and Violet related videos coming soon for you guys. I have some ideas for some stuff I want to make, some top 10s and stuff. If you want to see top 10s and things like that, and also predictions for the future of Pokemon, then drop a like down below. If we can get to, I don't know, 400 likes, we'll make one of those videos. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.